Okay, friends, you're back live with us here at Tolsona Lake. This is the last checkpoint here before the finish of the 2024 Copper Basin 300, the 35th running. There's Matt Hall, Silver Ace Kennels up in Fairbanks. You might remember that his kennel name used to be Smokin' Ace, but now it's Silver Ace. Matt Hall coming into the checkpoint here. Beautiful dawn, nice temperatures. You're watching the fourth team come in. There he is, pulling away. You can see the ski pole in his right arm. Trying to get every little bit of speed he can right now. If you're just joining us, Matt Hall's coming into the Tolsona Lake checkpoint here in fourth position. He will likely just check in with the vets, talk about what he needs to talk about, and then head out of here. Brent Sass came in first about 5 minutes later. Jessie Holmes came in. He went ahead and gave his dogs a quick snack. And then Cody Strathe came in minutes later, and here we go, Matt Hall. Look at those dogs. Oh yeah. Looking like an Arctic warrior right there. He's gonna sign and go. Look at that. You can tell he's just leaning in.
Okay, right here.
Quick gear check.
Right here, and just quick gear check.
Just point, take it out.
So he's going to do that gear check. He's going to fly through it. We're going to take a look at these guys. Hi, Silver Ace. There's the sunrise over the ridge. January 15th, 2024. Look at that. Sun's already coming back here in Alaska. Here are the Silver Ace dogs. Oh, yeah, they're excited. They're excited. Here he goes, friends. Tolsona Lodge in the background there. Matt Hall, fourth team. He's going to need to catch somebody to move up in the top three. He's going to need to catch either Cody, Jessie, or Brent. Look at that beautiful dog team right there, all lined out, happy moving. They just came 22 miles from Lake Louise. They had a nice rest at Lake Louise. There he is pulling away. He's not messing around. Matt Hall is focused. He knows what he's doing. He puts a lot of time in, a lot of hours in, a lot of miles in. So he's trying to get in there and get that nice third place if he can. Top 5 payout, $20,000 purse. Thanks so much to all the sponsors. Look at that, Matt Hall. Just beautiful morning here, Tolsona. If you're just joining us, he's the fourth team. Look at that. That Arctic morning. Whoop. Let's go back up. He wants to move around in the cold a little bit there. There we go. There we go. He's moving, friends. That is some speed. He is moving. He just signed real quick and went right through. Jessie did stop and gave his dogs a quick snack. He reached over for a bag that he had staged here, so he had planned that. His handler had a bag ready for him right here. He had stopped his team for about 4 or 5 minutes to give him a quick break and a quick snack, and then Cody, Matt, and Brent have all just blown right through. So a little different technique there. If you're just sort of keeping an eye on some things, dogs have all sorts of little interesting ways about them. So we're all kind of curious. Maybe that one little snack that Jessie gave will help here and give a little boost. Maybe that's just a cool little moment for him and his dogs to bond. But it was the one thing that's different between Brent, Matt, and Cody is that they blew right through, and Jessie stopped for about 4 or 5 minutes, pulled out a small little snack, and he mentioned moisture. He said, I want my dogs to get moisture. So that frozen treat will have just a little bit of moisture in it. He's no stranger to the pursuit. Jessie Holmes was Rookie of the Year, his first Iditarod. And there goes Matt Hall. So it's going to be an interesting finish here at the 2024 Copper Basin. Look at that, Matt going around Tolsona Lake. Just about to fade in the distance there. The drive to the finish isn't that far, but for the mushers it's about 5 hours. So for me it's about 40 minutes. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm supposed to be actually out at Lake Louise with my mushers, Sean Williams and Matt Paveglio and Sean Underwood, Kelsey and TJ, thank you, TG, thank you. And but I raced ahead here so we could get this nice coverage of the dawn. I've got multiple duties right now, friends, but bringing you the best shots is always what I strive for. We're such a small mushing community that it's kind of all hands on deck. And out there fades away Matt Hall as he chases the top three. He's got that ski pole in his right hand. He's really moving. Look at that. And then we have the race officials and vet crew. They're going to call in those times again. Everything gets called in. Everything gets coordinated. There they are working away all bundled up out here. Our younger vet right there is from Cornell. Traveled all the way out here to learn. Really cool. There they are. So Matt's off in the distance. Yep. Trackleaders.com is what you're staying tuned to. There's that sunrise coming right now. Look at that. We're getting a beautiful little morning here. There's one of our race judges, Donna Swope. Okay, so they're talking some strategy right now. It looks like, remember, there's an 18-hour rule. So mushers have to have total cumulative rest of 18 hours. So if somebody needs to make up some time, it's going to happen right here. And they'll be told when they get to the checkpoint. So I think they're discussing whether Nick Petit needs to take time here or not. And so, again, lots of behind the scenes. Tolsona Lodge in the background there, looking real good. One of our great photographer friends sitting on the straw bale. We have some of our support staff here warming up in the igloo. Jason has several of those around the checkpoints. They're super cool. Little buddy heater in there. Paige or Nick is next, and Nick might has to stay. My hunch is what I'm hearing behind me is that there might be a little bit of a time penalty. Not a penalty, but remember, you have to have 18 hours. And it'll be neat to see how that plays out. Okay, there you go. Tony's, of course, an expert here, one of our seasoned race fans for mushing worldwide. And so she's saying, according to the timesheet, Nick Petit and Annette Llanes both show as needing 0.5 hours rest. So that's going to put Nick way out of the top three because that top three is already gone. They are out the door. There's 4 mushers down the trail. Brent, Jessie, Cody, and Matt Hall. They're all down the trail already. Anybody who comes here and has to stay more than a second is definitely not making the top 3 of this race. That's all there is to it. So that's going to be an interesting strategic kind of reflection there for Nick. How do you get into a situation where he had to spend a half an hour here? That's going to really just be fun to learn, right? Hey, it's no big deal. He's won a lot of these. I always say it. Very few people win these races. It's not about who wins. It's about having fun, taking care of the dogs. And so ideally, he just did a great work for the dogs and took them at the pace they needed to take. And now they'll do a little more rest here. You can see the handlers are getting things brought down from the lodge. You bring your car in off the highway. You park up there. You walk down the path right there. Handlers have their sleds. That's the squid handlers right there. They're pulling a sled in, and they're going to pick up some things. You drop your drop bags right next to the straw, so you can see those little bags right there that are all tied up next to our photographer friend. They would have snacks and things available in them. So once your musher's through, and then of course some handlers have multiple mushers. So like I'm handling for Sean Williams and Matt Paveglio, along with some other folks who are covering me right now. And then the squid handlers are going to be handling for Paige and Cody. So super cool. Nicole's working on her first cup of coffee. I appreciate everybody helping me get powered up. Saving up for Starlink now. We got to get more connectivity, friends. There's so many opportunities on these races just to set up in a random beautiful spot, turn on the Starlink and go live. That setup's not cheap, but it is weatherproof, and I'm learning a lot about it. We use them in wildfire, so I have some experience with them. And now is the opportunity to get some gear together, start getting the power for it, start getting the weatherproof unit, and then look at the subscription. So it's all these little steps. First is the gear, then the power, and then the subscription. So I'm going to be putting any resources towards that. We always joke I always joke about this job here because it's such an interesting job, right? Sharing the live feed is not many people in the world do it. There's only a handful of us who really have ever done it for real. And I've kind of made it into this 8-9 year mission of mine, almost a decade now if you count the movie making. Look at that light just changed right there. Hey, and that sun. And so the program never stops. There's always more to invest in. Appreciate all the support. I'm going to end up picking up another drone. I had the drone flow this morning by a handler who helped me out. And so we got that killer drone shot of Brent. Look at that light over there. That nice Alaska January sunshine. What could be better than to have some sun on your face here in the Arctic, the great land, the last frontier. There it is coming up right there. Raymond Walker saying, I need a scotch. I know this is getting exciting here. There's lots happening. Okay, we're going to have a look at the vet crew right there. We're waiting on Paige and Nick. Jessie's already blasted through, friends. So if you're just joining us, you're standing here live with Kale Casey at the Tolsona Lake checkpoint. The roadhouse is right behind me. We've already had 4 teams come through. We had Brent Sass come first. About 4 minutes later, or 5 or so, we had Jessie Holmes. Then we had Cody Strathe. Then we had Matt Hall. So the next team in is going to be in 5th position. And then there is the possibility that if people have not done their 18 hours of total rest, that's checkpoint rest, that's rest on the books. When you see people signing their names when they come in mushing, they're signing for their rest right there. Everybody's tracking it. When you see the folks calling the phone down there at Race Central, whoop, hey, there's the gimbal wanting to go into portrait mode. Good example, friends. If you want to be like me, please film in landscape. This is landscape. That gets you the widest left and right. Your eyes are trained their whole lives to look left and right. And then that other mode that my gimbal just tried was portrait. That's more of an Instagram-y type thing. That is not cinematography. If you're going to be doing filming at a race, if you're like, hey, maybe I'll go live. I like what he did. Then make sure you're in landscape. I see a team out there. Is that a team out there, friends? Okay, that's Paige. Let's be Barbara Reddington. Dog team! That's a tradition in Alaska. We're going to teach our newcomers here. And that is done so that handlers and everybody know the team is coming. Really love how Barbara Reddington nails that for us at the Knick all the time. And it's a real great technique because safety is important. Might be a snow machine down there too. See that light down there, friends? We're going to go ahead and zoom in. Yeah, it looks, well, there's a dog team on the trail, but then there's a light. That's 2 separate things. So
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a snow machine there.
We got a snow machiner coming down the trail. We also have a dog team coming down the trail. I made the call. I love it when people call out dog team. And then, like I've said in the past, when you go out to Kotzebue and Bethel and the places with native elders and their regalia out there, they will call in the dogs. They'll sing to the dogs. There's all these great just moments, traditional moments of when the dogs are coming in. And I always have loved soaking in that. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to the Kobuk 440 this year. Maybe we'll talk about that, friends. If you'd like me to go, leave a comment. I'll be covering the Fur Rendezvous World Championship for the 6th year in a row as the official live streamer downtown Anchorage. That is the February 21, 2, 3, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's a huge event. That's the original great sled dog race in Alaska. Predates Iditarod by 40 plus years. Okay, so now we got a machine that looks like it's overtaken the dog team there. We'll just let this unfold. So I'll give you the recap here for those just joining us because lots of questions popping up. The first team through is Brent Sass. He signed his name and he blew right by here. He's on a sprint sled, very similar to the sprint sled that beat him with a musher named Emily Robinson last weekend in Knick. So he's changed up his game for the 2024 Copper Basin. He's on a sprint Dandler sled and he blew right through here. The next team was Jessie Holmes. He stopped for about 5 minutes to give his dogs one snack and give him a chance to wiggle and shake. And then he blasted off. The third team in was Cody Strathe, and he blasted right through. Matt Hall came blasting right through. And now we got a snow machine out there. And then behind the snow machine should be Paige, I believe. So there's your recap. Right on. Appreciate everybody, all the support. I've been to the Kobuk 440 twice. It's a tough race, and it's a very expensive race, and here's why. The first time I went, I got lucky, and some friends put me up on a couch. I got the crash there, but then I could not find a snow machine. There was a women's race, snow machine race that weekend, so I was kind of stuck on the ice around cots, and some people did help me out, and I got some cool footage, but I could not really get the logistics sorted out to go and get proper coverage, where you actually, it's a 440-mile race. You don't want to just stand at the start. Believe me, I've done that. That's not my style. I'm not going to be doing that again. So if I go, I'm going to need to get a snow machine rental. I'm going to need to get probably my Starlink by then. So, we're talking, when people wonder, like, oh man, is this like, where when I buy him a coffee, this goes right in the bank account? No, I've probably invested, I've said about $30,000 or $40,000 over the years, but I was talking to some people last night and they're like, you've definitely invested way more than that. And that's true, because countless hours of flying to races, going into the unknown, dealing with costs left and right. That's 8 years now, friends. So Kobuk 440 is not an easy one. It's a half Iditarod, way up in Northwest Alaska, with lots going on too. Again, that community, Kotzebue, is super busy. Races going on, she fishing going on, people zooming all around. So we'll talk more about it, but I'm certainly saving up for that Starlink next. I'll be looking at that point of view drone. There we go. There's that call out. You can see Paige right there.
It's both.
Yep. No, I've spent thousands just on flights, right? So if you go back to 2018, I covered every race in Alaska. Every single sled dog race in Alaska was covered by Kale Casey Live. That included the Kenai. That included going to McGrath, Uniclete, and Nome. That for Iditarod, that included the K300, the Kobuk 440, Junior Iditarod, the start of the Quest. You name it, I was there. And that'll never be done again by anybody, probably. Here we go. Let's get the camera back down. Let's get it right where we want it. Everybody's kind of getting in my shot now, so I got to get back in position here. Let's just take over. That's what I do, get you the best shot, and everybody gets out of my way then. Here we go. Right on, glad to have you from Massachusetts. Grew up in Western Mass, Long Meadow. Was just back there for Thanksgiving. Here we go, friends. Look at that. We're holding a beautiful shot for you now. That's as zoomed in as my Samsung can get. 23 Pro Max with a whole hem gimbal. Tech Talk there. That's what I'm filming on. Appreciate it. Yeah, some of you have been with me the whole time. There's the sun hitting. Whoa, first light in Alaska. That's cool. You see that sun out there? That just broke through. That is if those of you who know me, I need sunshine in my life.
Are you putting money on Paige?
There.
Good job.
We are. Look at that. The sun is on the trees. The sun is hitting the lake. Looks like there's a save. Yep, that's definitely. That's Paige, but we're wondering if there's another team behind there. I think I see a second team coming in.
No, maybe like.
Okay, look at that.
Out in 2 minutes.
Floating that shot right in there. Just happy bouncing dogs. I got him just where I want them. Look at that. We're going to be right next to the dog team when they come in. They're going to run right by you, bringing you to the front row. Look at that. Bouncing, happy, bounding dogs right there. We'll see how long. Stay at the checkpoint.
Here you go.
There is Paige Drobny right there, friends. Squid Acres. There's the squids running right by. All frost coated and looking great. There she is. We'll come around this side. They're going to try to get her through as fast as possible. There you go. Donna's talking to Paige right there, having a moment. They're going to check that gear real quick. And look at that, 11. Hey guys, look at you. You're so perfect. Is it beautiful and frosty out there? Good running conditions. Is it just perfect running conditions right there? Is it perfect? Yeah? Okay, here they go. They're going to swing around. That's about how long it takes to stay at a checkpoint here and sign. It's about a minute and a half. There's a high five right there. Look at that. First light coming through. Paige Drobny, Squidacre. Look at that dog team just ripping it, happy, moving, heads up, looking down trail. They can smell the other team. They want to go. They are ready to keep running.
See what I drug down?
What a glory shot right there. How cool. I'm going to move so I can keep it going for you. I always got to dodge people and other folks who are just sort of looky-looing. There we go. Boom. Final zoom. Look at that. Beautiful shot. Arctic glow. Go, Paige, go. Okay, here we go. Nick Petit in. There's Nick right there. Okay, there's Nick's dogs. Hey, how was it, you guys? I think you're going to be staying here for a minute. We're going to have some time with you. Oh, does that feel good? Does that feel good? Just cool right off. Does that feel good? You just cool right off. Is it warm for you still? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Let's get that shot with the sun right there. Oh, does it get any better? Does it get any better?
Get out of the way, okay?
Look at that. They are going to take a break here. Looks like, let's see what actually ends up happening. He's going to have to park. So there you go. What a moment, friends. Paige just came in 5th position. Here's Nick. He's got a full sled. He's going to have to take some time here. So that changes up everything, friends. Brent Sass came first. Jessie Holmes came second. Cody Strathe third. Matt Hall fourth. Paige Drobny fifth. And now Nick Petit's in, and he has to take a break to make his time. We got some frisky, happy dogs there. That beautiful Arctic sunshine coming through. We're in mid-January now, so we're getting to that point where we get that longer day effect already. It's so nice. I love it. There's Tolsona Lodge in the background. Historic Roadhouse Lodge. Look at this. Just I love Alaska and all y'all. I wish y'all could move here. I'm recruiting folks to live in the Willow area. We need people to buy land and make it affordable for the weary here. And everybody's bodies are taking a little bit of a beating. Very little sleep to be had all around this organization, whether you're a handler, a musher, or a lodge owner or a race volunteer. The lodges have been staying open 24/7. Okay, we're right back with you there. Woo! See that? That cold's starting to take a little effect there. Okay, we're right back with Nick's team. Move around the lake to try to get better connection here. There we go. There's some happy dogs right there. Getting their bath on, getting their snacks on. This clock is ticking, and he's got to put some time in here. Look at that. There's everyone. I'm just going to peel back so you can see as if you were standing with me on the lake right here. I've got double boots on because we're standing on ice. Got my big parka on. There's the vets. They're going to be looking at these dogs because they've already done that for the teams who didn't have to spend additional time. They've done that out at Lake Louise. So if a team got checked at Lake Louise, if they do the 22 miles and they come here and they don't have any time that they have to give, then they can go right through. But if they go ahead and stop, then it's going to be another vet check. There's a team of vets. We have vets from Illinois, from New York, from all over. They come here, travel here. Look at that shot. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful light. Oh, good snack. That's a good snack, huh? Let's take a look at that. Hey, that gimbal again. That gimbal's feeling the cold. There we go. Okay.
Yeah?
You got a nice snack there?
Straws coming.
Okay.
Going, straws coming.
Everybody's snacking up.
Yeah.
Glenn totally breaking away.
Hey guys,
Deep round.
how's that sunshine for you? Whoa, you're almost done with your snack, aren't you?
Team completely
Look at that, just a big old piece of. Whoop. I'm gonna have to hold that. Oh yeah. Let's just shut off. There you go. Yeah, does that feel good? Does that feel good?
Yeah. I'm.
I'll bet that feels really good.
He looks like really dehydrated.
Look at that.
Have I learned that? Yeah. I'm gonna go ask him.
Does that feel good right there too? Does that feel good in the sunshine? Yeah. All right, lots of little neck rubbing, snacking. Hi. How are you? These guys are probably wondering why they're not going to still run. Hi. Are you coming to say hi? Hi, guys. Yeah. Look at that. Just great moments here.
Is that the one that had the rest?
That first light here on the lake.
Annette did not have the rest. It was
Oh yeah, does that feel good? Does that feel good? Let's watch this one take a little snow bath. Nick Petit's team here at Tolsona Lake checkpoint, the last checkpoint. It's only 47 miles to the finish. And vets are getting out their stethoscopes, they're doing their checks, making sure everybody's good. There's Lou in the background, he's local. He's giving a wave to everybody. There's that sunlight. Look at that, the vets get to take all their pictures for home. Long shadows, aren't those beautiful long shadows, everybody? Look at that, just classic. Yep, these guys are probably wondering like, hey, shouldn't we be moving real fast? Let's look in some of their little worlds here. They're kind of looking around a little bit, but they're going to get a little break. And then they'll be able to charge home. Lisa says, go Team Petit Racing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out how the strategy all played out here. There is straw over there if needed right there. You can see his sled's got everything, straw, snacks.
I was asked to wave online.
Okay, well, let's get a wave in. Now let's say hi to Lou real quick.
How goes it?
Lou, how's the weather today out here at
It's
Tolsona?
absolutely fantastic. I was going to bring my Bermuda shorts with me because it's that warm out here. Probably the hardest thing for me right now is I, as a handler, I'm bonded to these dogs and I want to go over and pet them. I
Right.
want to massage them. I want them to make them feel good.
Yeah.
And race rules. Like all I can do is observe. So
Yep.
I'm really happy to see them in the condition that they're in. They're doing actually fantastic. Shuby's the oldest one on the bunch, and he's pretty much ready for retirement. But
Oh, yeah?
he's such an amazing leader, and there's so many younger ones in this group. That's why he's here.
Right on. If you haven't met Lou, he is handling for Nick, and he also has a big worm farm, right?
Yeah, loseclues.com.
Lou's Clues.
I'm the biggest worm farmer in the state of Alaska.
I love it. Lou's a good friend here. He comes to a lot of races helping out. He's one of those volunteers that does not sleep much.
Well, I used to be retired, and then Nick pulled me out of retirement. And I think probably the reason why is because of all the different aspects that I've done and all the different dog races I've
Yeah, you get that experience, you become invaluable, right?
Yeah, and the neatest thing about being out here and seeing the younger handlers, the younger mushers out here, is being able to help mentor them from a different point of view.
Right.
I've been a handler, I've been a checker, I've been a lead timekeeper, I've been a trail master, I've been a control of the complete trail system for dog races. I've been the race marshal, I've been on the board of directors, so I've done a little of everything, and I highly, highly, highly recommend anybody that wants to run Iditarod or any competitive musher should get down and get in where the mechanics are. Come and volunteer for a dog race. Be a volunteer. See what it's like on the other side. You'll appreciate it so much more on a musher's point of view when you know the works of how it's done.
Well said, right? And Lou, you got some fans in here. Sharon Cole says, "Hey Lou, nice to meet you." So you're getting some new fans. And then you have like Dana Robertson, of course, who knows you. Thanks, Lou. Sandy, who's waving at you. Brent Cool. Lou is the man. Big heart, great man. That's how I see it too. So thank you for all you do, brother.
Hey, I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. And you know, got to kind of owe that to Nick, because I made a post that said I'm done, and I only got one comment out of thousands of people looking at it, and it was Nick, and he said, "No, you're not." Well, here I am.
That's awesome, man.
I guess
Thank
when
you
get
so much. We got a team.
Puppy in your blood, it kind of stays there.
Exactly. Thank you, brother.
Hey.
How about a fist bump? Right on. Appreciate you.
Love you.
Okay, and then we got a team coming. We got a wave coming. Are we waving?
They already saw me. I got Nick coming, so I gotta keep him updated on time.
Who's coming down the trail? Anybody?
Oh, that's gonna be Annette probably.
All right. And is she staying too?
I think she stays too, and then Joy comes behind her, and she can blow through. I'm guessing. I did some math earlier. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I don't know how folks at home, but the Arctic light is looking pretty amazing on you
18
guys.
minutes, Nick.
Look at that. Yep. Here we go. Look at that Arctic light on the faces again. Shining. It is nice, isn't it? There's Nick. He's going to put some snow in a bucket of warm water. Get the kiddos a drink. You got 18 minutes before he's allowed to head out of here. Let's back up so you can see this. Just a great scene. That light coming through that black spruce up there. He's getting a little discussion with the vets there. I think he's going to work on getting him a little more moisture.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
He's got a few more minutes before he's allowed out of here. Again, that's where that mandatory time really comes into play, friends. It really comes into play. The scenery is absolutely outstanding. Let's get you, I'm going to have eyes in the back of my head, so I'm going to hold this shot. I'm going to turn to my right and look down the trail. Okay, not yet. So as soon as I see Annette down there, and that's why I love when people call out dog team. Okay, you're going to see Nick work here. Yeah, this is a brand new phone to me. I picked this up in August. I met a reporter from Anchorage who said, "Hey man, I know you do a lot of filming and everything. You should get a Samsung." I've been an iPhone guy for years and years and years. Thought about it most of June, took his advice, went to the store, bought it, added an additional phone line, put a special chip in it, and here we are. So I think it's a nice addition. Over the years I've filmed with mostly iPhones, but the Samsung seems to have a little deeper zoom, a real crisp image. It does have 5 lenses. I think we get a little tighter shot. There's some folks chiming in that Nicole uses Samsung always. Well, I'm one of those guys. I wouldn't say I got sucked into iPhone, but you know how that is. Airdropping and my fire career and everything. I'm still learning how to use Samsung Share, but here's Team Petit. They've got about 14 more minutes before they're allowed to go, I'm guessing.
That's Dorothy.
That's Dorothy right there. Little bitty Dorothy. Hi, bitty Dorothy.
Probably the smallest dog on the trail.
You're tiny. You're perfect.
Yeah, but she's got a heart 10
She's-
times her size.
She's a... Yep, little Dorothy. And remember, folks, don't ever judge a dog by their size. Don't ever make that mistake. You will learn quickly if you make that mistake. The little dogs can be absolute powerhouses. Dogs will surprise you. I get surprised all the time. We have 30-something dogs, and when I pull, when I'm walking one through the parking lot and they want to go somewhere, it feels like they have more power than you've ever dreamed of. Just one dog. When they want to go somewhere, when they have the desire to do something, look out. And that's the heart of a champion here. He's got 15 more minutes, so it's going to be lots of snacking. Getting calories in him. these snacks are typically beef, salmon, chickens, skins, something fatty, yummy, protein. He walked up and got some water that was warm. Somebody asked about the cooker. This isn't a cooker stop. This is just a short half-an-hour break. So he ran up with a bucket, filled up with some warm water, came through some snow in it, and there you go. And that is okay here at this checkpoint for this musher. Look at that. All right. 14 minutes. We can hear the countdown. It's just a really interesting development here. It's pretty cool. Look at that. All right, these guys are just chowing down. And then eyes in the back of my head, at some point there's going to be a dog team on the long trail. It's about 3,500 feet from the checkpoint to the edge of the lake. We measured that with the drone this morning. Go and check out that footage. Really grateful for the help I got with that footage. I'll get a credit in there in a minute. I was able to convince a handler for Brent Sass to fly my drone, and he has previous drone experience. Did a great job. So you can see that up on Facebook already. Super cool footage. Got more to come. It's just really one and a half of me if I get a help like that, but then I got to do all the editing and all the pushing and publishing and what have you. So, and keeping things charged and dialed in. Look at that. Let's get this shot right here. I'm standing in the sun now. I got it on my face. That feels good. Look, we got a wagger. You got a wagger? Are you wagging? Are you wagging? You're wagging. Look at that beautiful dog. Long legs, those beautiful Alaskan Husky bodies. The bone shape of a dog's called conformity, the skeletal shape. And so the conformity of a sled dog has been bred over years. They are like a perfect spring system of running. That's why they run so tirelessly. Their bodies, their bones and everything are designed just right for it. You can always tell a kind of a show dog when they're running because they look funny. They have high hips and they just look awkward. But these Huskies, they lope so beautiful. They have such nice natural features that help them be successful, that allow them to be coiled springs and constantly move. Here's the leaders up here just taking a moment to themselves, looking in opposite directions, keeping an eye on the pack. One leader looking one way, the other leader looking all around. It's pretty cool. He's just looking down the trail. Can't do it without lead dogs. They have to be able to hold the team out. They have to be able to go G and Ha. G is right, Ha is left. You got to have lead dogs. And then the next dogs down are swing, and then team. So dogs that fill in are team, and the dogs right before the sled are called the wheel. And they have a special role. They have to be able to keep tension on that line, keep that sled from coming around too fast, or all sorts of things. The wheel dogs are actually really special dogs. You got to have the right dog in there. My Ziggy, Carrie often put Ziggy, who's with me in the truck right now waiting on me in wheel. She's a super strong wheel dog. You put her in harness and she just starts going ballistic, jumping out of her skin to go. She loves it. Look at that nice light. Let's get that shot right there. Counting down the minutes here for Team Petit. They're on a time hold here. They cannot leave until their time has met the 18-hour total rest. That's what we're doing right now. I'm sure that wasn't Nick's plan, because when Brent came through, he was all caught up and blasted right through. Same for Jessie Holmes, Matt Hall, Cody Strathe, Paige Drobny. So the other teams had managed their time so they didn't have to take a break here. Get some nice photos. I can feel that sun on my face. I hope you have sun wherever you are in the world. Hope you can come to Alaska and join us. The 36th running of the Copper Basin 300 will be next January. Typically Martin Luther King weekend. Starts on a Saturday, ends on a Tuesday. The banquet's Tuesday at the high school. I have to resume duties at the Alaska Dog Center sometime probably early in the morning or late night tonight, so I'll be here throughout the day. I've got some filming to do at the finish, of course. And the finish will probably be about 4 hours away from now, maybe 5. Those miles from here to the finish are 47 miles, so if teams are moving about 9 miles an hour, there's some math in there for you. That 5-ish hour mark. Okay, and Nick's going to change out his socks. That's one of the techniques to keep your feet from freezing, is as your feet perspire, you get to a checkpoint, take out the old socks, throw them in a bag, and put on dry new socks. That's what keeps your toes intact. There are mushers who have definitely lost parts of their toes, parts of their feet, and more by making that mistake. Too much condensation, temperatures drop, or if you have overflow and then you have a hole in your boot and it fills up, and then you go on a big climb or something like that, you can lose skin tissue that way. It's kind of unrelenting here. Dana's saying it's warmer there in AK. Yeah, I know. Well, everybody's been talking about AK these days. We have a pretty good, nice, mild winter going. Single digits. Nothing too extreme. That's fine. We get plenty of that. Yep, sock changes are key. It's all the little details. You learn this stuff sometimes the hard way. I was talking to Eric Kelly last night. He had a situation. He's a race judge here, a neighbor musher friend of ours. And he was saying he had a snow hook his boot on at this race, and years ago, and he went up what they call the hump here, which is the 4,000 foot pass between Chistachina and Myers Lake, and there's overflow. The boot filled up, and then on that climb up to 4,000 feet, his foot got damaged, and that damage stays with him to this day. Part of his toe was damaged badly, and so he's very sensitive to cold, and other friends of mine are. I hope to not damage my hands doing what I do, but as those of you know me or watch me work, there's just times when I can't quite use gloves to get the shots that I want, and I do try to protect my fingers, but you've really got to watch out, even if it's not showing minus whatever. Just cold temps are cold temps, wind chill's wind chill, and time is time, and eventually your body will succumb. So we have firefighters in the summer get hypothermia on not that cold of days, 50s, 60s, but they've been overworked, dehydrated, wet, and what have you, and then they get real cold. So you got to watch out for that stuff.
7 minutes.
Okay, 7 minutes for Nick Petit on his time hold here at the Tolsona Lake checkpoint. He's got 7 more minutes. So he's going to start gathering up his bowls. Dogs have snacks that they can still munch on, finish up. And then we should have another team coming down that lake. Beautiful light on the lake. If I could do 2 things at once, I'd have the drone out there right now, just soaring over this lake in that beautiful golden light here in the Copper River Basin of Alaska. It's just a beautiful part of the world here. Gateway to Wrangell St. Elias National Park, gateway to the Golconda National Wild and Scenic River System. That's where Sourdough is based. Our camp last night is at the confluence of the forks of the Golconda. They come down. Don't get that confused with Gakona. So Golconda and Gakona, 2 different things. There we go. He's going to go do some paperwork here. There's that morning light, and you can see now the camera's really taking it in. All right, look at that. He's going to get it just right. And the dogs are all watching. This is kind of a neat moment. Some are meditating a little bit, taking that like pensive moment, right? But they're all pretty much watching Dad. What's Dad doing? Oh, Dad's over with the vets. There's Nick joking with friends and our race Officials can't do without him. Can't do without you. Look at that. Dogs are all ears, all listening. They know they've got a race to finish. Okay, he's got to organize his world right there, because that clock's going to start spooling down real quick here. Next thing you know, it's going to be 5 minutes and 4 minutes and 3 minutes. Hey guys. 4 minutes, see? Time waits for no one. It just keeps on going, friends. Circular, linear, whatever you think time is, it keeps on going.
That's the longest 4 minutes on earth.
Lou just said, longest 4 minutes ever. Okay, right there. Look at that, Raven Walker saying, when the drones just help out. Well, plane tickets are available for next year right now. You can get it probably on Alaska Airlines, reserve it. I got my FAA license this summer, like I said, really important
Ready to go home?
to have training.
Go home, huh?
Nick's saying, let's go home. You guys ready to go home?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Here we go. Let's watch the exciting countdown. Here we go. Sue Silver says, awesome pups. I agree. Excuse me. That cold air in the lungs. Nick was just joking. Should he make a mess of the straw? That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, just chuck all the straw around and we'll rake it all up. Got to compete for that Golden Rake Award, right? The handlers can't just. Don't worry. When he's gone, I'll chuck it all around and then I'll help you rake it up. So remember, every checkpoint, the handlers have work to do. Got to make sure all the bits and pieces are picked up. There's the back of the team. There's the sled and all the gear. We're right there, friends. Team Petit is going to be released from the hold here. 2 minutes. Look at that. Yeah, Tony, I got the sun on my face right now. I'm standing right in the trail. Thanks for thinking about me that way. I do that in Willow, too. I've learned here in AK, having more Mediterranean blood in me, Croatian, Irish. I've got to have that sun on my face. Our sister property to the Alaska Dog Center is in Colorado at 10,000 feet. We call it Colorado's Lake City Skylab. And it's a property that I've been developing for about 16 years now, and so I hope to bring some of our sled dogs there. Lots of sunshine at 10,000 feet in Colorado. Stay tuned for that. That's a future project. We're counting down here. Yeah, counting down. Look at this. It's going to happen. 1 minute. Got the whistle going on. He's telling them ha for a left because they're going to have to swoop around here. We're going to have a little countdown here soon.
It's Minnie and Shuby in lead there.
Minnie and Shuby in lead. Cuties.
Shuby's an old guy. He ran the Iditarod last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1,000 miles.
Okay, here we go. That hook's coming up. And there he goes. Nick is out of the hold here at Tolsona Lake. And he is back on the move. You should see his tracker start picking up here in another minute or two once it registers. He's got a little tangle there he's going to get sorted out. So there he's holding for 1 second to get a tangle sorted out. Okay, no, that's where the actual countdown happens right there. Boom. Arm goes down. Go. Okay. And Nick just said, let's go home, girls. There goes Team Petit. Yeah, he spends a lot of time with those dogs. Let's go ahead and get a nice tight shot there. That's as close as we can get here as he heads off around the rest of the lake and tries to make up some time now. Keep an eye on the tracker. Look at that. Here we go. No necklines. Yep. No, that's common for Nick. He's got a lot of, thanks for all his hearts. Seeing all this come through, it's really sweet. There he goes, Nick Petit, heading around the corner. Off to the home stretch, 47 miles to go. Annette 5.8 out, so after he gets around the corner, we'll go ahead and get charged up and come back.
Yeah, we can always use
Yep,
it.
good racing, Nick. Good on you, good luck. Go have fun. It's an absolutely perfect day here in the Arctic. You can't ask for anything better. Good snow cover, great temps, great people, sunshine, historic, beautiful scenery here. These roadhouse systems just have made such a difference over the years and still do. That hospitality is so critical. There we go. There goes Nick, friends. Any words of wisdom from the Nick family here? Clue, any words of wisdom? Words of wisdom, words of wisdom, words of wisdom. Are they going to? Oh wait, they're going to be their own dog team here. I see what's going to happen here. That's the words of wisdom. They are going to become sled dogs. There they go. Team Petit sled dog team, human version.
That kind of reminds me.
Let me get this image for a second, Lou. What do you got?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Lou's telling a story behind the camera here as we get this great shot.
They knew G and Ha.
Okay.
And the natives would have a pole that would stick off to the side, to the right side of the sled. And at the time, they just called it the pole.
Okay.
And it was a 2-musher team. And if they wanted to turn right, the one musher would jump off the sled and grab the pole and turn the sled whichever way.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of oxen drivers from the lower 48 came up to Alaska and they basically taught the natives what G, Ha, Whoa. It was all oxen commands. And that's how it became as the G pole.
Okay.
And as they eventually started teaching their dogs to
that's how can it be. See, there you go. Lou with the history lesson behind the scenes there. Thank you, brother.
Always.
I'm going to go ahead and switch it around here and close
remember,
out.
Volunteer,
See you soon.
volunteer, volunteer.
Volunteer,
we
volunteer.
need people all the time.
Volunteer.